Okay, when it comes to risk reward, you always want to look at it this way. You have your return here as you see on the left hand side, and you have your risk here that you see on the bottom here. The higher you have your risk, sorry, the higher you're going to make profits, okay, let's say you want to make more money, more money, more money, the more you're going to have to put up risk to that, okay? Now, there is an element of, oh great, yeah, I can put up more risk to make more money. But remember, the basis of money management is to give you the ability to do it often and as many times as you can to make sure you become consistent. Now, risk to reward also goes hand in hand with, can you become consistent enough? So, can you make 10 R's, 20 R's? Yes, you can. Absolutely, you can. However, can you do it again tomorrow? Can you do it again the day after? Can you do it again a week from now? If you are not able to do it so consistently, that 10R or 15R or 7R to you is useless. Okay, to you is useless. What I want you to understand is I don't want you to ever get attracted by the number of R's. Okay, although it is the correct way to think in terms of risk to reward, but if someone tells you, hey, I'm not talking in pips, I'm talking in risk to reward, and you're like, okay, at least he's smart enough to not talk about pips because someone can say, I make money by doing 700 pips in a month. But if you're risking 1,000 pips to make that 700 pips, to you it should be, that doesn't fit my x-ray, please get out. The door is that way. Okay, sorry, or the door is that way, right? So that doesn't work with your model. But there might be another guy coming into your, knocking at your business or knocking at your curiosity by saying, I don't talk in terms of pips, I talk in terms of risk to reward. And I do 20 R's at a time. Now you might be like, wow, 20 R's, that's fantastic. But can you do it consistently? Remember, what's the goal? Is it to make the 20 R's? No, it's not to make the 20 R's. This is where many of my traders that I've trained in the past, I've looked at them and they get sucked in. They're like, oh, Naveen, I understand money management in terms of I need to not look at pips, I need to look at risk to reward. And they get sucked into this high R amount. If I keep my stop loss very tight and I make a lot of profit, then I must be a good trader. That is an incorrect illusion. Incorrect illusion. Here's why. Here's why. Because when you're dealing with a small risk, high reward, you are reducing your consistency. You're reducing your consistency. What happens when you reduce your consistency? You can never scale. You can never scale. Let me repeat that. When you go for high risk to reward, you reduce your consistency, especially as a trader who's trying to control all this. You reduce your consistency and you reduce or in fact eliminate your chances to scale. I'll give you an example. Let's say you make a 10R trade, right? 10R trade, but you do it like once in a blue moon. You do it like 2 times in a month. So you're trading 30 trades in a month. From that, 2 of them give you 20R. But these other times that you're not doing so well, you're losing or you're making some losses in that. How can you come in the next month and saying, you know what? It's time to put some more money. I'm going to trade bigger and better and faster. You can't. You can't. Unfortunately, you can't. Only a consistent trader can be scaled, and you can then, if you look at that trader and be like, wow, look at the consistency of this trader. He trades 1.5 or 2R at a time. His risk is low. His profits are okay, but the consistency is good. That to you is fantastic. Here's $1,000,000. Keep going. Keep going. Now, with that consistency, you can come back again saying, here's 3 more million. Keep going. Keep going. With the industry that we're in, we keep getting attracted to 20R, 30R. Oh my God, this guy must be a genius. Maybe for that one trade, yes. Can he do it time and time and time again. And what happens during that middle phases of when all the losses come in between? Can you sustain? Will you survive? So as a trader yourself, you also need to think of it like a business and think, can you do it consistently? Because only the consistency allows you to be able to scale. Without that consistency, there is no scaling, unfortunately. Okay? So I hope this helped. Now, this doesn't apply to everybody. Some people might say, yes, but even with me having a 20% accuracy and I make 10 R's, I can still make a lot of money and be able to scale. That is rare. That is rare. For people to have a psychological control to be able to do that, that is extremely rare. When it comes to money, chances are most people don't have the psychological balance to be able to get inside, think of it like it's only money, no big deal, it's just a number, let's keep going. Most people cannot do that because money has a story behind it. To some people, $1,000 might mean rent, food, housing costs. To some people, $1,000 might mean shopping money. It's not a lot. But $1,000 in reality is $1,000. It's just a number. But the number comes with a story depending on who's using it, right? So the story is created by the user. So if you're going to enter the market thinking money, the number is not going to affect you and you're going to have fully control over it, you have to think again. Money comes with a psychological control behind it. Okay, so having that said, when you keep your risk to reward in balance and you go for 1:2, okay, or 2 R's or 1.5 R or 2.5 R's, in that range, you have a chance to be a little bit more consistent than when you are going for the 7R, the 10R, the 15R, the 20R. Chances are these people are living the dream and in the illusion of, I'm sure I'm a good trader. Yes, 15, 20, 30% of the market is going to look at you like, oh, you're so good. Reality is you'll never be able to scale. You'll never be able to scale. In fact, you'll always be trading that one mini lot, 2 mini lots, 3 mini lots for a very, very long time. Okay, you won't be able to scale. So take it from me, with years and years and years of the background experience in this, because I've been there myself. I've been stuck in that illusion myself for a very long time, that it takes effort and energy to break out of that illusion, think in terms of risk to reward, but with the backing of, why do I need to think in terms of risk to reward? Is because I need that consistency. When I can get that consistency, the bottom line of I can scale. And when I can scale, my bottom line of my goal of I'm doing this to make more money with as least effort as possible, and comfort, freedom, all of that stuff kicks in. Okay? So I want you to think in terms of that, and let me know in the comments below if you understood and if you can promise me that going forward, you're going to work on your consistency and you're going to start thinking of a proper risk to reward that is achievable regularly rather than going for the high R numbers like a 6R, 5R, 10R, 20R. That increases your chances of not being able to be consistent. Okay? All right, let's proceed to the next video.